On this date in 1980, the great Willie McCovey belted the 521st and final home run of his career. About 2 months later, he retired on July 6th. About 2 decades later, the Giants named the Cove after him. Here's a look back.
When Willie McCovey comes into the room and smiles, everybody in that room smiles. And Willie, on behalf of all the players that were your teammates through your 22-year career, we want to mention to you our congratulations, and we want you to keep on smiling.
Long before there was Barry Bonds, this was the most feared left-handed slugger in baseball. Willie McCovey broke in with the Giants in 1959. He was the Rookie of the Year and went on to win the Most Valuable Player award in 1969. A 6-time All-Star, McCovey hit 521 home runs and was enshrined into the Hall of Fame in 1986. Some called him Stretch, others referred to him as Big Mac. A soft-spoken man on and off the field, McCovey often deferred the spotlight to teammates Willie Mays, Orlando Cepeda, and Juan Marichal. But in many ways, McCovey was the most popular Giant among fans. And on one beautiful sunny September afternoon, the Giant faithful saluted their slugger as he came to the plate for the final time at Candlestick Park.
McCovey, the man who has hit 521 home runs in his fabulous career. Swung on and hit in the alley in right center field. A base hit going all the way to the wall. Then he's sitting around third. He's coming home. And the ball game is over. McCovey with a double. And the Giants have won it. The congratulations are all for McCovey. The Giants are mobbing Willie Mack. And this crowd is on its feet as one. And a salute to Willie McCovey.
I was at that game. It was a moment. McCovey was inducted in the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1986. He was a 6-time All-Star and won the National League MVP in 1969, but never won a World Series. He finished with a .270 lifetime batting average, 521 home runs, and over 1,500 runs batted in. He passed away on Halloween in 2018. From 2003 to 2015, McCovey had a baseball diamond-shaped restaurant in Walnut Creek littered with memorabilia from his playing days. Back in August of 2003, I had a rare chance to sit down with Willie Mack.
What is the single most proud moment that you've had in your career?
Without a doubt, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't think it's such a big deal until you get there. And then you see all the returning Hall of Famers who's been inducted. And in my case, I saw Ted Williams and Stan Musial and Willie Mays and Hank Aaron and Ernie Banks, Al Kaline, Killebrew. And I started saying, what the heck am I doing here? You know, I mean, these are the all-time greats. And all of a sudden, you're one of them, you know? So there's no other prouder moment than that.
Would you give it all back for a World Series ring?
Well, I did go to the World Series. I came pretty close to winning it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
matter of fact, let's show how close. Roll the tape. Let's show how close he came to winning that. You tell the story that how Bobby Richardson was out of position.
Well, he was out of position. Yeah. I don't know what he had went over to say something to Kubek. Kubek was the shortstop, and I think Ralph Terry started, you know, his windup before he could actually get back to where he normally would play. And that's where I happened to hit the ball.
If he's back in position, the Giants win the World Series.
Yeah, because everybody plays me to pull, you know.
Right.
He was actually in a position where you would play a right-handed pull hitter, not a left-handed one.
Does it frustrate you that when people talk about Willie McCovey, normally the first thing that comes to mind is the line drive to Bobby Richardson before they talk about the MVP, before they talk about the Grand Slams and everything?
You know, it's amazing how many people, you know, like you say, when they think of my career, a lot of people remember that out. And for a long time, I thought it was going to be a negative. But as it turned out, it's really not a negative, you know. Peanuts did 2 columns on it to humanize it.
Right.
And,
Charles Schultz made a, yeah, he
so
made a
as
living
it
out of
turned out, it really wasn't a negative. So I had too many good moments in my career to let that one line drive be a negative.
Your relationship with Mays, because I've heard over the years that at times it was icy. Your locker was next to him. You guys didn't converse a lot. Is that something that was perpetuated by the media or others, or what was it like?
Willie and I had a great relationship. Yeah. And you're right. It was all media talk. Neither one of us really talked a lot, and we didn't really socialize a whole lot, but we was really good friends. What a lot of people don't realize is even before I came to the Giants in '59, I went to New York to have my knee surgery and actually stayed with Mays at his house. They asked me to stay over for a checkup on my knees, and he heard that I was going to go back to the hotel, and he said, "No, come stay with me." I ended up staying with him for 3-4 days, and this was when I was still in the minor leagues. So this is a story nobody know about.
So your relationship actually began
we go back
yeah.
before I even joined the Giants, yeah.
Both your careers ended in unceremoniously with the Giants, not your careers, but your stays with San Francisco. He went to the Mets, you went to the Padres. How devastated were you over that trade to the San Diego Padres?
Well, I wasn't all that devastated because I had agreed before the trade that I was going to come back. I told Buzzer Bevesi before I accepted the trade that I wanted to come back and finish my career here, and that did happen, as you know.
But it happened in grand fashion. When you came back, people thought your career was over. After the short stint with the A's, you come back and you were comeback player of the year. Even you couldn't have expected that you'd hit, 28 home runs, I think driving 86 runs. Did you have any expectation at that point in your career?
Well, I expected to hit more, to tell you the truth, really. I never did think I was down and out. The last year with the Padres, I didn't play. And 3-4 weeks I was with the A's. It takes at least that long to get used to a new league. And I never did like the DH, and that's all I did with the A's was DH. So I didn't play on the field at all. So coming back with the Giants was no surprise to me. I worked out religiously that off season and was probably in the best shape of my career that year, and it showed on the field.
I just remember seeing you in green and gold. It was like seeing Joe Montana in red colors in Kansas City. I want to show folks that this is, I believe, a Mays uniform from '72, did we decide?
Well,
yeah.
I think that was the last year he played with the Giants. That's the last uniform he played as a regular player with the Giants before he went to the Mets.
And it was actually used. Now, this thing, I was told, is estimated worth of $50,000. You know, if Willie Mays is watching the show right now and he finds out somebody offered 50 grand, he's going to call you tomorrow morning and say, "Hey, man, I want that jersey back."
He probably would, knowing Mays.
Hands down, one of the great moments of my broadcasting career. We'll be right back.